Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is my first preview on this channel with the Golden State Warriors. Tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Time, we'll take on Klay Thompson, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and the Dallas Mavericks. And this game is, it's looking like it's going to be another thriller, but the Warriors have been in thrillers lately that they cannot win. And I don't want to say this is a must-win game 25 games into the season, but it's as close to that as you can get considering how morale has been lately. Um, the Golden State Warriors have dropped a lot of games that they could have won, and if you watch my last video, I talked about how Steph Curry has to be better, and this is one of the games where Steph Curry really showed that he's still an MVP level player. In this game, in the last time he played Dallas, he had 37 points. He scored the last 12 for Golden State, and he single-handedly went on a 10-0 run to take the Mavericks down, and coming back down double digits in the fourth quarter to do that. But how do the Warriors win this game? Especially now without the Anthony Melton, who they had the last time they played him, and Moody and Wiggins are both questionable to play, and they both played big factors into this game. Well, it's very easy. One, Steph Curry is gonna have to be Steph Curry. He's gonna have to be the same Steph Curry we saw last time he played the Mavericks. Kuminga's gonna have to be amazing. He's gonna have to learn how to make a free throw to save his life. You're going to need GP2 to keep counting Luka Doncic on defense. He will most likely guard him most of the game, if not Kyrie Irving. Buddy Hield, he's going to have to do what he's been doing the last two games. The last two games, Buddy Hield has been doing very well. He had 27 against the Wolves, and he had, I think, 15 or 18 against the Rockets. And that's the level of production that we expect out of Buddy Hield. When shots are not falling, Buddy Hield checks into the game, and he's able to, start something. And that's what he started. The Warriors were down in the third. Buddy got going, and the Warriors had the lead heading into the fourth, where they should have won the game, obviously. And it was just heartbreaking. But the only way that the Warriors are going to win this game is if Buddy Hield is on top of it. And he was not having a good game last time Dallas was playing us. So he has to have a better game. I expect less minutes from Brandon Pajemski tonight. If I'm going to be 100% honest, I feel like at some point Steve Christorios that Pods is a negative on the court. And it just doesn't match up. Like you can see here, Pods can't guard Luka, and then it's so easy for Pods to get blown by on defense, and that just can't happen against a team where we are known this season for having a lot of scoring droughts. We can't have that, especially against Dallas, and then on the defensive end have Pods just not playing defense. So what are three keys to the game? One, shooting. The Warriors have to figure out how to make shots down the stretch in the fourth quarter, because this game most likely is going to be a close game. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter again, and it's just going to be who can capitalize the most in the fourth quarter, who can score the most. And last couple games, it wasn't Golden State, it was Houston, it was Minnesota, it was the Nuggets. So you have to figure out a way to be able to score in the fourth quarter and not have those 4, 5, 6 minute droughts without a field goal. You're not going to get it done, especially against the Mavericks team with this much firepower. And second key to the game is going to be turnovers. The Warriors had 20 turnovers in Houston, and they lost by 1. And most of these turnovers were not like, oh, Rockets deflect the ball. Oh, Rockets got a great steal. No, it was Draymond Green throwing the ball to Jonathan Kuminga when there's 3 guys inside of him. He threw the ball across the court. He threw it out of bounds. And the Warriors had 6 shot clock violations in that game as well. And they had 3 in a row in the fourth quarter when the Warriors were up by 6 and they had chances to, really put the game away. They couldn't capitalize on it because they couldn't even get a shot of it. It was a shot clock violation every time. That just can't happen, especially tomorrow night against the Mavericks, because they're going to beat you. They're going to beat you on those times. The Rockets, they're trash. I'm sorry. They're not a good basketball team. The Warriors should have won that game, even with how terrible they were playing. But Rockets fans can have their Super Bowl championship. We'll see y'all in February for next ass beating. And the third takeaway is going to be free throw shooting. The Warriors are dead last in free throw shooting. They're shooting just under 70% from free throw line. That's just not going to cut it. Unless your name is Steph Curry, you need to be shooting 500 free throws makes every day in practice, because there's no way that our second and third leading scorers are shooting 60 and 65% from the free throw line. That's just not going to cut it. And especially, in fourth quarters, you look at all these games. Lose by 1. Kuminga shoots 2 for 6. You look at the Nuggets game. We lose by 4. Kuminga, Steph, he missed free throws. Draymond missed free throws. Trace missing free throws. Looney, Wiggins, everyone just is not capitalizing on these free points. And in this league, you need all the points you can get, especially with, how these scoreless droughts. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Warriors run the offense tomorrow. I hope that it's going to be more Steph Curry running the show than it has been the last couple of games. And that's going to be my final takeaway, is that Steph Curry needs to be really aggressive. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, 20 shots, but like he takes 4 in the first quarter, dissects the game and stuff. No, Steph Curry off the jump. I think honestly Steph Curry should take the first 4 shots of the game for the Warriors tomorrow. I think he needs to set the tone like, this is my game. I'm not going to let you, take the game from us. I'm in control, because we're not going to be able to be a successful team if Steph Curry is going to sit corner. And if you watch my last video, I talked about that. 4 to 5 straight possessions in the fourth quarter, Steph Curry deferred to Jonathan Kuminga, and then he wasn't in rhythm when he came to get the ball. And I said this in the preseason. I was telling my friends in the preseason, Steph Curry taking 5-6 shots a game in the preseason doesn't help us. You think he does, like, oh, yeah, no, he's not really trying. He wants to develop Kuminga. He wants to develop everybody. He wants to make sure that everyone else is good to go. But if Steph Curry is even a little rusty, it really hurts us. And he was rusty to start the season. Obviously, we're lucky we played Portland and Utah. But in general, that's going to hurt you against teams like Boston in the future when you play them, the Grizzlies when you play them, the Mavericks, where it hurts you until Steph Curry realized, oh, wait, I'm Steph Curry. So it's just going to be very interesting to see how Steph Curry takes control of this game. I expect 25 to 30 shots from him. And this guy with the ball. If I see Brandon Podziemski on the court for more than 15 minutes, I'm going to start calling for Steve Kerr to be fired, because there's absolutely no way that Brandon Podziemski deserves this many minutes. It's just unacceptable. He shows you time in and time out that he is not worth these minutes. And yet you still play him. You see Steph, okay, Steph makes 2 threes, and then there's a quick sub, and it's Pat Spencer or it's Brandon Podziemski checking in. Like, that's not going to get the job done. And this new rotation for Steph, he plays the first 5 minutes of the first, he sits until about the 2-minute mark, and then he comes back in. That's not good. I don't understand why Steve is so, against Steph playing 12. Like, even if you 12-6, 12-6, okay, he doesn't want Steph playing 36 minutes a night. If you want him playing 34 minutes a night, keep it at the 10-8. I would be acceptable. I would find it be more acceptable for a 10-8. You know what I mean? And he's playing 32, 33, 34 minutes. But he tried doing a 10-8, but it was a 10-6. And then you play him until the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter, and then there's no point in winning the game at that point, because the other team has Kevin Durant on the team, and you're not winning basketball games. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Steve Kerr can finally give Steph a good rotation to where he can be aggressive on offense. And stopping Klay Thompson is going to be, obviously this game is important. It's another Klay home game return to Chase Center. And Klay had a really good game last time in Chase. He had like 23 points. He had 6 threes. And it was really hard to stop him until this play. These final 2.5 minutes was all Steph. And this is the Steph Curry that we need to see. I think if Steph Curry can really, show himself to be the MVP level, taking all the shots in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry took almost every shot in this final 2-minute stretch. He threw a turnover pass to Melton or Wiggins, but other than that, it was all Steph Curry down the stretch. And if we want to win this game, it's going to have to be Steph Curry. He's going to have to do his little dance. He's going to have to put a team away, and the best way to end this game will be a Steph Curry night-night. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.